family that we are going to see today is a younger family. They're engaged to be married, and they have an 8 or 9 month little girl. And they both had more of a difficult childhood, and they really want to parent in a different way than they were parented themselves, but didn't really have that role model to fall back on to say, hey, that's the way I want to parent. Miss Donna. Hi, smiley girl. Thank you.
Parents who quite often know they didn't have the best childhood and know they need some examples. They need to learn. And this is what that program provides. They want to be there. They want to be great parents. That's why they're in these programs.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about cause and effect testing today. We've done a little bit of talking about that before. You know, whenever she was really little, the little baby, she doesn't have a lot of control over her muscles yet, doesn't really do anything on purpose. So she was just learning by observing you guys talking to her and reading to her, but now you see she's using her hands and sitting up by herself and doing a whole lot of things for herself. So a lot of child abuse happens just because of lack of knowledge. It's normally not because the parents are bad people, it's just because they don't know any better. So just by the sheer fact of providing education, it reduces things like SIDS, because we talk a lot about back to sleep at the very beginning. And we'll talk a lot about home safety, just little things that can happen in the house that can harm the child. Things have been going okay.
I looked at all the different crawling styles.
Yep.
And she's been doing the back style.
The back one,
And learning to do, so do they do two, or they just do one?
They'll sometimes, some babies start off with just the typical type of crawling, and then some will do all sorts of different ones. Like I told you, my oldest niece crawled on her back and used her neck to inch herself. And then she finally figured out how to turn over and do the typical crawling. But they'll go through all different kinds. Every baby's different. And we'll also teach them how to be more nurturing, that nurturing parent. So that will prevent things like neglect.
Where'd Tanya go? Where'd Tanya? Yay. There she is. There she is.
You know, she didn't really have that relationship with her parents, so she didn't know what that was like to have a relationship with her parents. So it was nice to have somebody to help her see how to nurture her child and love her child and be there for her.
Knowing that she's on track and that she's learning what she can learn, and she's doing it at a good level, not too slow, not too fast. She's learning at a good pace, and I know that. Lets me know that you're make a good outcome in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do feel that this program should stay in place. It does have a great track record, and it reaches an area that other programs just are not reaching.
I think prevention is really the key for these families. You know, and you see friends, you have family, you have a lifeline. You know, and a lot of times they can only name one person they can call as their lifeline. Where's my kids? Where's my kids? Where's my kids?
And when my 5 years is up, I'm gonna cry. I'm crying now, but with the phone lines, we're still welcome to call her at any time. Even though she only visits me quarterly, I still call her in between if I have issues or problem or something to talk about.
And you guys want to paint today? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Okay. I brought stuff for you to do today. Which paintbrush do you want? Well, let's do red first, and then we'll switch and do blue in a minute.
I was visiting a neighbor that stayed in the Normandy apartments. She had a worker that was coming back and forth every week, and I had a problem in my own life, and she suggested that I give the Great Beginnings a call.
Oh, now that's pretty.
No, one more.
You want to put some around this edge right here?
One more.
One more.
Yeah, one more.
And one thing about early childhood, and I guess this is the key thing about when it comes to children, we can have the best education system in the world, but if children are abused early on, if they don't have a good foundation at home, they're not going to be able to take advantage of that education system. So really investing at the beginning of a child's life and getting them started out right with a good solid foundation, a good relationship with their parents, can save a lot of money in the future. The studies show that $1 spent on prevention can save a state $2 to $17 down the line.
Bye, sweetie. Bye.
And when we're talking about tough economic times, I think making that kind of investment just makes sense.
Okay. Thank you. You too. We'll
This
see you
is a
next
way
week.
for the legislature and for Oklahomans to say we're investing in tomorrow. We're investing in making the state better for the people who are here and want to stay here.